Good afternoon, leaders and influential human becomings. I am in a great opportunity for you to be timed with enjoying another knowledge drip. It has been advantageous and spectacular to grow and acquire the knowledge of becoming successful. As we are aware, Wild Thoughts with the Big Bang has moved up the charts. Moved up the charts? I don't know if that's right, but we have moved up a lot. It's been growing like I don't even understand how fast this knowledge drip is growing now. It's been great. And acquire the knowledge of becoming successful. As we are aware, Wild Thoughts with the Big Bang has moved up the charts. At one point in the beginning of the knowledge drip, there was but one listener, and we have slowly grown now to 950 leaders. There is no way this massive knowledge drip would have grown to all 7 continents, all parts of the human mind. Even all parts of the human mind just growing out of control without the abundance of the support the leaders have shown. Now, at the beginning of this, we need to cover some important things as outlined in the Law of Success in the 16 lessons. I need to share with you my definite chief aim for Wild Thoughts. Our first manifestation for Wild Thoughts were just to do the knowledge drip at least once a week and 10 pages of writing a week for the material, of course, and the manifestation has been fulfilled. I, the Big Bang, am curious of the possibilities of being and growing and reluctantly practicing the law of rendering more service than being paid for. The support of the earners, the support of the leaders, and the support of your own manifestation of improper techniques, whatever type of techniques you use to manifest yourself, whether it be right or wrong, taking action or not, just moving on and rendering the more service than being paid for. Well, now it is time to get into the manifestation and the definite chief aim for the Wild Thoughts with the Big Bang. Our life is determined by the way we think. Put neat things in order and allow your intuition and self-respect to allow you to love yourself. Now back to the definite chief aim. The next goal and opportunities will be decided by the actions and thoughts of seeds, and the thought is to have 1,320 leaders by December 13th. It's not too much, we can do that, that's easy. With that being a very easy and attainable goal. I will reach out my vibrations to the entire human becoming population, although I know it will not happen just by me alone. I have full trust in the leaders of this knowledge drip. Our second conclusive definite chief aim is to continue to become more educated and self-enlightened, and to be thinking and feel that the act I am performing for Wild Thoughts is the most and best service I will offer to the listeners. I need to slow down when I talk a little bit. Sometimes I talk a little bit too fast. But, you know, when you're going through this whole life thing and you think about what life could possibly be and what life could possibly not be through the actions you take, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Why can't I get that out? Maybe I didn't drink enough water today. Hold on. Let me get some water. Maybe you can get some water too. So that's our second most conclusive definite chief aim, is just to become more educated. And the third chief aim is to start earning more money. I have the rewards set up already. Now I just need like 125 human becomings to sign up and share their story. The definite chief aim of getting a value of money, and this goal is to be done by October 16th, 2019. We have set goals that are achievable only through the flow of a group, vibrations and thoughts on high. The grass has gone. The dreams, the drugs. It may seem the very wide awake is a conscientious experience. The needs and things we have are just an illusion. The illusion of happiness. the illusion of sadness, the illusion of love. Part of where we grow up, the understanding of a breath, or the estimating factors that bring us a unique happiness. Possibly the most tragic thing is love, or maybe the delusion of love. You try to love and let love. Circumstantially, our visions are faked, our feelings are faked. We barely get to enjoy our freedoms of pursuing and loving ourselves. It seems very nearly irreversible to the soul. Passive thoughts and a breathing ability might have your feelings fleeing statically, involuntarily. You have placed concrete around your feet and a flotation device around your upper body, keeping you at a false security of life. The broom, matador of your fatigue. You push on the easy way through life, paying bills and stressing about an abundance that you refuse to collect. The power and affirmations can only do so much when the thought of lack enters your mind. Do and eliminate the control of the fear. The fear in your life can easily manifest the possessions or lack of possessions, the harmonious and happy, the pillow safety of your life. Taking a risk is essential to your life force. Through growth and regress, the risks we take can mean the 100 failures, or the risk can mean one victory, one flawless, perfect victory, vitally moving your life in the direction you need to go. The failure of your futures will be much more easily attained and reined around the more risk you are willing to take. Everything. Hold on, someone's calling me. Well, I got a phone call, so we're gonna jump back into it now. Just remember that as we go through this and we continue to perfect our flawless victory that's vitally moving your life in the direction you need to go, the failure of your futures will be much more easily attained and reined around you. The more risk you are willing to take. Everything we do in life and in our breathing is risky. A lot of dumb motherfuckers are afraid to rein in the possibilities and flourish in the abundance. The message I am aware that is trying to make itself prominent, and now we must allow it to punish us. For the seeds and the fruition are all around. We and have laid punishment on ourselves for not allowing the seeds to be nourished into the earth and replenished and fundamentally drawn to our use. For the earth is in everything, and the earth is just its own replication for anything that is too true to be alive. Rocks, soil, plants, insects, animals, the human animals, and the human becomings. All of us have a tendency to self-destruct, living in a constant fear. The fear will be seeked, and the fear will place cement on your feet and a flotation on your back, keeping your body and face emerged. Did you hear that? Let me go over that one more time for you, just for me too. The fear will be seeked, and the fear will place cement on your feet and a flotation on your back, keeping your body and face emerged. The fear of imbalance, the fear of poverty, the fear of criticism, the fear of death. These are all illusions that we have decided, and these are the illusions that we live with. I really like that. So today we're going to get into a little bit more. That was just the opening right there. 10-minute opening. I know. It's great. What can I say? This knowledge drip is produced, and it is producing still to this day. We're going to get into more of how to possibly take action on your manifestations, take action on your desires, take action on what you want to do. Now, I don't take a lot of actions out in this world that I don't want to do, but I do take actions on stuff I do want to do. For example, this knowledge drip. If I want to do it, I'll do it. It's my actions. It's what I like to do. I don't know. Maybe there's something telling me that I got to do it, but I don't know. Because there's only one way to really know what you got to do, and that's when you take the action of doing something. Not everything you're going to do is what you should be doing. Not everything that you take action on is going to be inclusive or helpful or thoughtful. But what you do decide to take your action on, what you do truly believe in, I just said believe. What you do truly know that you need to do, knowing that action is what you're supposed to do. Not all of us are going to be doing the same thing. Not all of us are going to be jumping out of airplanes. Not all of us are going to be driving cars real fast. Not all of us are going to be having boats or whatever else is out there to do. Shooting guns, maybe for an example. Growing plants. Drinking water. Eating an apple. Knowing that you can do something without the fear of being criticized. Because let me tell you something. Small mind creates drama. And that's hard to get over. It's hard to get over this small-minded shit. It's not easy. I've been practicing it and practicing it and practicing it. But it's going to keep on keeping on for a while, I'm guessing. Until I know that I can get over this small mind that creates drama. I don't really like to create drama. I like to take my life easy, make my life easy. Sometimes there's just that persistent thought of you lack something. And sometimes that thought of lacking, that fear of poverty, that fear of criticism, whatever it could be, that small mind, it creates drama. And that small mind is the one that's telling you that you don't have enough, that you lack this, lack that, can't get this, can't get that. But what if you told yourself you could get it? What if you told yourself that you wanted this and you got it, exactly what you wanted? Now, sure, not everything you say you're going to get is going to happen, because you don't need everything in this world. This great infinite intelligence of life, this great infinite being of materials, this great infinite being of commonly placed air is not always going to be perfect in your small mind. But if you have a big mind that is undisturbed, uncalculated, undestroyed, your big mind, your heart, let's even go even bigger than your mind, even go outside of your own body, possibly to the big mind, which would be the ever flow of life, the flow of the rivers, the flow of the eternal damn sun that wants to burn your skin off as you sit outside. The big mind, the flow of life, the trees that produce the oxygen to breathe in, the cars that produce the CO2, the outside space shuttle of this earth that creates freezing temperatures, the freezer that will freeze you in time and space, and the burner, the fire, the crematory of life that will turn your body into slow ashes to revitalize this earth and grow back into the trees, the oxygen, the flow of life. I'm telling you, the big mind is undisturbed. And when it's all said and done, the infinite intelligence is undisturbed. It's the small mind that creates the drama. It's the small mind that doesn't allow you to know that you are capable of doing what you want to do. So let's go ahead and get over what we're going to go ahead and go over how to step into this big mind awakening, how to awaken your big mind, how to awaken your impossible possibilities of forever growing and growth. So let's go ahead and try to activate our big mind now. So to activate a big mind, you need to take a deep breath in. Take that deep breath in, hold it in for a little bit. You don't have to rush your breath because your breath is already rushed, so don't rush it too much. Take a deep breath in and activate your big mind. Slow down your body. Detach from inner drama and shift your attention to careful observation of the present moment, of sounds, sights, and bodily sensations. Let's go over that one more time, and to know how to activate our big mind before we get into some of these affirmations that we have written down today, or not even today, but a while ago. Maybe it was like a month ago, maybe a year ago. But these affirmations are still holding true unto me today. So let's go ahead and activate our big mind one more time. And let's go ahead and do this. To activate your big mind, take a deep breath. Slow down. Detach from inner drama. And shift attention to careful observation of the present moment, of sounds, sights, and bodily sensations. All right, now that we have opened up our big mind of life, our big mind of happiness, or whatever you want to call it, your big mind of making your life easy. Let's go ahead and jump in. Let's jump into. Everyone says jump into. Maybe that's because I listen to too many other knowledge drips in this world. Too many other podcasts that I'm always talking about. Let's go ahead and just jump right into this right now. We don't have to jump into anything. We don't have to skyscraper ourselves into the ground at 5,000 feet. We don't have to jump off the cliff into the water that's 500 feet below just to jump into it. You will eventually return. So let's go ahead and we'll start these affirmations around the 17-minute and 45-second mark. And then we'll get into what I had written down for last week's knowledge that I was going to do on Tuesday. But the infinite intelligence of this world had me talking about something different. So we're going to jump into it, dive into it head first. Shoot our brains out with guns and unlimited sex and power. Because that's what life is. So let's go ahead and do this right now. Let's do these affirmations. I know we're at the 18-minute mark, but I had some more shit to say. All right, here we go with these affirmations. We'll start at the 18-minute and 15-second mark. Take your time, take a breath, and relax. I am a tiny creature trying to figure out why I care. I am lost. I am found. I am lost. I am found. I am moved by the waves of energy. I am the controller of my energy. I am in realization that money in life is energy. I am the controller of my energy. I am the best I can be. I am talented. I am smart. I am big-minded. I am rich. Woo, I like that one. I am wealthy, but I like that one better. I am wealthy. Hold on before we go on to this next affirmation here, and I want to stop here on this one, the I am wealthy affirmation. Wealth is more than just a number in your bank account. Wealth is the power of breaths in your nostril, the number of hairs you have on your right arm. Wealth. The number of sperm inside your balls if you're a man, or the number of eggs in your what do they call it? What do they call it when the women have? I don't know. But they have something. They have those eggs. They're wherever they keep the eggs. Wealth. A wealth of life, a wealth of storage, a wealth of your big mind. I am successful. I am good with money. I am happy. I am able to achieve. I am a formidable man. I am the man of great power. I am available to my fellow man. I am going to become a powerful public speaker because this will enable me to render the world useful service that is needed, and because it will yield me a financial return that will provide me with the necessary material things of life. I will concentrate my mind upon this desire for 10 minutes daily, just before bed and just after waking up, for the purpose of determining just how I shall proceed to transform into reality. I know that I can become a powerful and magnetic speaker. Therefore, I will permit nothing to interfere with my doing so. I am not dead. I am alive. I am not fearful. I am not afraid of failing. I am not scared of not having money. Most humans in varying degrees are already dead. Have you lost your dream? Have you lost my dream? Are you dead? Am I dead? Have you given up on your ambitions? Have I given up on my ambitions? You're dead. I'm dead. Have you lost desire for your better life? Have I lost desire for a better life? How many of you given up your potential, your great potential, for a paycheck? Why have I settled for life of a mediocrity and I a rag picker? I am a rag picker. I pick out, I search for waste materials of the humankind, people that have been discarded by others or even themselves. I search, I seek, I desire, I find, I trade, I fight to look for great potential. For some have lost self-esteem. Sometimes I even lose self-esteem. For some have lost their desire for a paycheck. I am capable of trading and changing lives for the better. Coming from the dead, bringing to the living, we build prisons for ourselves. My prison is my apartment. I spend a lot of time in here. It's my prison. It's where I keep myself locked up away from the whole place, and they make me, and I pay to be here. I pay to lock myself in this prison when there's a whole place outside there with the sun shining light. Most of the time I get out there and see the light. But when I do get out there to see the light, it's mostly to write and watch the trees grow and watch the ever flow of life. So from the dead, you can bring the living. We build prisons for ourselves. We become accustomed to the walls and accept that we are incarcerated for life. Well, at the 23-minute and 55-second mark, we're done with our affirmations for today's knowledge drip. Oh, it feels good. Now, I'm going to get into. We're going to talk about choices versus choice versus choose versus death versus growth. That's what I had written about this week, and that's what I was going to talk about on Tuesday's knowledge drip. But I had other things on my mind that I had to get out first, obviously. So let's go ahead and sit down wherever you are, and let's shift into wisdom. Let's sift and shift into our wisdom before we get into this, what I have written. So in order to shift into wisdom or shift to wakefulness, you need to form a state of autopilot or lost in mental character. Shift to noticing what's going on in my head, in my body, and in the world around me right now. Shift to acceptance. That this is the way things are right now. Shift to kindness. Shift to kindness, away from self-criticism and harsh judging. Shift to values-based action instead of acting out of habit and impulse. Hopefully you're shifting to wisdom now as we go over this. We're going to start it here about the 26-minute mark. So why don't you, that's like 30 seconds away. Why don't you go ahead and drink some water, shift into wisdom, be available for your fellow man, be available for your fellow self. Because there's no such thing as a leave when it comes to the management of life, which will be easy for you if you are able to choose. The only concern in a mind is what words are repeated and what images flash before your ever breathing eyelids. Leaders, it is for now your opportunity to choose. You must breathe your ideas in through the proper power of your subconscious mind to know that you can choose what you desire. Your being of breath may someday or might stop breathing. How will you change your breath from stopping? How will you learn to live again? Learn to do what you desire. Finding the opportunities to bury your pineal gland, this long, overdrawn, and usually underperceived notions of your brain will have you climbing in fear. For your fear is in your useless mind. I have been doing this whole week without using my brain to whip fear from me. Things that I thought were only going to be achieved in a long period of time have now completely manifested. I have yet, this 1 week, not felt the fear of criticism, for if I need to say something, I have. For my choosings, I have talked to the other human becomings, as easy as I have a conversation with the beautiful image I see reflecting in the mirror. And I have been given, and I have been taken. My fear of criticism out of my mind, for I just use my heart to beat the everlasting existence of pure confidence into my soul. We all, as breathing and insexual human becomings, must make a chance of breaths, and we must chance our hearts to continue on the path. For if it was really hard, only you would choose that unbound and unpaved mountain to climb to the top. For loose rocks would not stop you, for unrelenting torments of rivers would barely push you, because you know you choose, and you are in the ever know. For as the person you are now is forever going to get left at the threshold of the door of fear, and the human becoming will glide through, easily pursuing, easily moving the bullets that are fired at you. You, when you decide to get rid of that fear, you will slide over the obstacles. You will realize that accomplishing your goals is easier than breathing. For all you knowing inside of you, your goals are you. Invisible, you caught and achieved yourself when you can move on from your fears. Your choice will not be made by the quickness of your thoughts, but by the action of your heart. And how many beats will you let your heart take to fuel your mind that fuels you with doubt? The choice is yours. How long will you keep your seeds from germinating and not letting your roots grow? For unlimited lives, you get one for unlimited power. You get to chance. And you get to choose. For the master is you, for the performance is within you. Take yourself to a high level and take it through the heart. You're young and ready, or you're dead and underground. The choice is yours, and the smile you bear, is it filled with fear? Life is easy unless you use your small mind. Big bang. Woo! Yeah. All right. Well, we're already in at 30 minutes and 45 seconds. So it's about that time of day where we're going to end it here. Because we don't go much longer than 30 minutes. If you're a real avid listener, follower, leader of Wild Thoughts, we don't go much more than 30 minutes, maybe sometimes 34, sometimes 35. So let's go ahead and finish today's knowledge drip with our most famous way, our famous prayer, our self-confidence formula. If you have the book with you, you're more than welcome in the Laws of Success. It's on page 79. If you don't have it, that's fine. You can just follow along just all right. We'll start the self-confidence formula at the 31 minute and 45 second mark. So take your breath, take your time, see the moon, go look in the mirror for a couple seconds and enjoy your short time here before it ends. And let's go ahead and get into this self-confidence formula. I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, aggressive, and continuous action towards its attainment. I realize that the dominating thoughts of my mind eventually reproduce themselves in outward bodily action and gradually transform themselves into physical reality. Therefore, I will concentrate my mind for 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking of the person I intend to be by creating a mental picture of this person and then transforming that picture into reality through practical service. I know that through the principle of autosuggestion, any desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of realizing it. Therefore, I shall devote 10 minutes daily to demanding of myself the development of the factors named in the 16 lessons of this reading course on the law of success. I have clearly mapped out and written down a description of my definite purpose in life. Before we continue on, actually, I have mapped out and clearly written down a description of my definite chief aim in life, and I did share it with you guys in today's knowledge drip. For the coming 5 years, I have set a price on my service. For each of these 5 years, a price that I intend to earn and receive through strict application of the principle of efficient, satisfactory service which I will render in advance. I fully realize that no wealth or position can long endure unless built upon truth and justice. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction which does not benefit all whom it affects. I will succeed by attracting to me the forces I wish to use and the cooperation of other people. I will induce others to serve me because I will first serve them. I will eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, and cynicism by developing love for all humanity, because I know that a negative attitude towards others can never bring me success. I will cause others to believe in me because I will believe in them and in myself. I will sign my name to this formula, commit it to memory, and repeat it aloud once a day with full faith that it will gradually influence my entire life, so that I will become a successful and happy worker in my chosen field of endeavor. All right, guys, that's pretty much it today. What a great knowledge drip. Glad we got to do 2 this week. That's what it's all about. It's all about just putting it into your actions and your words and just trying it out, man. You just got to try that shit out. Eat that apple, go for that walk, float down the river, shoot the gun, pull the bow and arrow, Get out of your small mind. That's what we're going to be working on this whole week, is getting out of the small mind and working with the big mind. If you want to write into the show, if you want to email me, if you want to email the Big Bang, you're more than welcome to. You can email at, let me think, what's the email? reflife32@gmail.com. If you want to, you can go ahead and write into the show. Put in whatever damn subject line you want. I don't care. You know I read it. You know I get back to you when you send an email. No problems here with me. Life is still good. Life is still long. And our breath is still coming. So, until next time, everybody, remember to try to make your life easy. Or don't even try to make your life easy. Just do make your life easy. Even if you just got to sit in your place and just think quietly alone. Even if you got to go down to the beach and sit quietly alone, or go out to the bar and hide your fears with 1,000 people getting drunk and wasted. Whatever you need to do, man, just do it. Whatever that infinite intelligence is telling you to do, go do it. For hesitation will kill you. So remember just to get it done what you need to get done right when that thing tells you need to do it. Because if you don't, then it will kill you. Maybe not really, but you're going to die somehow. You're going to lose an opportunity somehow. One of your opportunities is not going to be met because you didn't take the action, the opportunity. Well, this has been Wild Thoughts with your host, The Big Bang. And until next time, goodbye.